Good morning, first grade. Today we're going to start a new module. This new module is going to be about geometry with shapes. So repeat after me. I can classify shapes based on defining attributes, using examples, variations, and non-examples. So I'm going to, of course, shorten this lesson up. It's not going to be the full and whole lesson, but I do want you to get a gist of what you're supposed to know. So one thing I want you to get is some paper and some pencil if you have not already had it. If you do not have it, pause me. Okay, so I want us to think back to kindergarten. So here I have two different kinds of shapes. So this shape, you can see, put you guys a little closer. Let's see if I can do this. Just a little closer. Okay, that should be a little better. So, this shape and these shapes are different. What do you notice about those shapes? This is something you should have learned in kindergarten. Okay, so if you guessed it, you are right. These are called open shapes. And if this is an open shape, this is going to be a closed shape. Okay? So with our open and our closed shapes, the way you know it's an open or a closed shape, think about this. If you were stuck and you were shrunk and you had to get into this shape, would you be able to get out of it? Yeah, you could just go right or left. Would you be able to get out of this one? Of course, you could just exit through here. But with a closed shape, where's your exit? I guess that would be the exit. Where's your exit? Where could you go? Nowhere. In this closed shape, where would you be able to go? Nowhere. There's no way you can get out of these closed shapes. So the main thing we want to talk about and that we want to do, we want to talk about closed shapes. So one of our closed shapes that we are going to discuss, well, first, let's get into our vocabulary. We have the word attributes. The word attributes means characteristic. So whatever characteristic they have, and you're going to figure that out later on. And congruent. Congruent means the same. Okay? So, I want everybody, if you don't already have a straight edge or a ruler, something that will help you draw a straight line. So, Miss Mitchell's going to draw a congruent shape. So, her congruent shape, remember, I'm going to have the same size. Okay? So each one of my sides are the same length, right? Can you identify what shape this is? Correct. It is a triangle. So it's two things that are very important in this lesson. Two things that you're going to keep repeating and that are very important in these lessons. One is the corners. One is a straight side. One is a corner. The other is a straight side. So I want us to identify how many corners does this have. In order to help you identify the corners, I want you to draw dots. And each time that these meet up, I want you to draw a dot. So here, I have a straight side. Remember, a straight side is just basically a straight line. You drew a straight line here. That's your straight side. A straight side here and a straight side here. Okay? So I'm going to count how many straight sides I drew. I drew 1, 2, 3. I drew 3 straight sides. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 straight sides. Next, I want to identify my corners. Every time my straight sides link up, that makes a corner. So I have 1, 2, 3. So on your paper, you should have drawn your triangle. You should have seen your straight sides. And I want you to especially draw your corners. Especially put those dots for your corners. So I know I have 3 corners. And I have 3 straight sides. Okay. Let's get into another one. Next, I'm going to draw a couple different shapes. And I want you to be able to tell me what they have in common. All right. That should be it. So I've drawn 4 different shapes for you. Within my different shapes, I want you to tell me what these shapes have in common. And you can draw these shapes on your paper. Remember, if you need to pause me, you could pause me so that you can draw these shapes. Okay, so again, let's identify our straight sides and our corners. Remember, the 2 things that are important today are straight sides and our corners. So here comes our word, our attribute word. So we have what has the same attributes, which means characteristics. What do they have alike? What do they have the same? So let's find out. Here, let's count our straight sides. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one has 4 straight sides. Let's count this straight side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 straight sides here. Let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. My rectangle has 4 sides. Let's count this one. My trapezoid. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them have what? 4 straight sides. Now, let's figure out how many corners they all have. Y'all ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time I seen a point, every time my 2 straight sides matched up, I drew a dot because that is called a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do our last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my square, my diamond, my rectangle, my trapezoid all has what? 4 corners. So the attributes, which are the characteristics, what they have in common, are 4 straight sides and 4 corners. Their attributes are 4 straight sides and 4 corners. Also, I want you to realize, let's use this word congruent. Are all of our shapes congruent? No. Is our square congruent? Yes. Is our diamond congruent? Yes. Is our rectangle congruent? Do they all have the same size, shape? No. This one is shorter on this side. These are longer. My trapezoid, is this shape congruent? Are their sides congruent? No. These two shapes are longer, and this one is shorter. So all the sides are not congruent to one another. They're not the same. Okay. So our last one, what I want you to see grab my napkin. I want you to be able, no matter what shape it is, to recognize how many sides, recognize how many corners. So I'm going to draw several shapes on the board. And I want you to help me count the sides and the shapes. The corners, I'm sorry. All right, here we see several different shapes. And I want us to count our sides to each one, okay? If you need to pause me to draw this on your screen, you can. If not, just do it with me. So I'm going to count my sides here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 sides. I'm going to count my corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 corners. Here, let's identify how many sides and shapes are in this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 sides. Let's count the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 corners. All right, let's identify this shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 sides. Let's identify the corners. These have a lot of corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 corners. Okay, let's do our circle. Let's see. How many straight sides do I have in this circle? I have 0 straight sides. How many corners do I have? Remember, to have a corner here, I had to have a straight side. So I have 0 corners. So remember, a circle, an oval, has no straight sides and no corners. Important. It has how many straight sides? 0. How many corners? 0. It has none. So now, I want us to move on to our problem set. And I'm going to do an I do and a we do. So, this is Module 5, Lesson 1 problem set. So you're going to see this problem set attached to the lesson. To this lesson, I want you to look at number 1 when you get it. I don't know if you could do it side by side. Parents, help them pull up one side for me, one side for the actual problem set, if you can. So let's do number 1. Number 1 says circle the shape that has 5 straight sides. So in order to do that, I have to count all the sides. So let me get my... So if I'm counting my sides up, I'm looking for how many? I'm looking for 5 straight sides. So that means I have to count my lines. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch as I number my sides. That's a good thing to do because sometimes you can forget what you've done. So to help you, you can number your sides. So I say 1 side, 2 sides, 3, and 4 sides. So now I know this one does not have 5 sides. So I can go down here below. Let me count. And I'm going to number my sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one has 5 sides, so I can circle a shape that has 5 straight sides. So I know that one has 5 sides. Here I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one has 5, so I can circle it. Parents, if you need to zoom closer, you can. Here's my circle. We automatically know circles have no sides, so that's automatically out for the count. Let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't have 5 sides. Let's count the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has 5 sides, so I can go ahead and circle this shape. Let's do one down here. 1, 2, 3. That triangle does not have 5 sides. Let's go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That only has 4 sides, so I know that this one, and this one are the ones that I would circle in my problem set because they have 5 sides. How can I prove and show that I know that they have 5 sides? I can draw the numbers. I can number my sides. Okay, so you do the rest, number 1, all the way down. Let's do number 5. I want us to do number 5 together. So once you get to number 5, you can bring me back up. And I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to introduce you to it, but we're going to do the whole thing together. So number 5 says, what attributes are the same for all shapes in group A? So let's look. Remember, attributes mean characteristics. So what are the characteristics? Remember, I told you 2 important things. Sides, corners. Straight sides, corners. All right. So let's look. I want us to see how many sides each one of them has and how many corners each one of them has. So this one has 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 corners. Next, 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 corners. Next, 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 corners. Next, 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 corners. So we know they all have, and they all have. So we counted the sides and the corners. So now in your problem set, you have to fill in those 2 blanks. And you have to put they all have 3 sides and they all have 3 corners. When you're using the PDF, you can click freehand to circle. And you can click text to put a text box in there and to type in what their attributes are. Or you could still use the freehand and you could write in whatever you have to do. So remember, the freehand tool is to draw. And you could use the text box to actually type in there if you choose. Or they can continue writing freehand when they're doing these. Once you are done, you hit the green button down below and you save that to your computer. When you go back to Google Docs, you're going to take out My Document. Press the X button. Whatever I gave you, you take it out. Exit out of it. And delete it. And then you upload your document. That's how you know you've attached. Take out mine by pressing the X button and deleting my document completely out. Then attach your document by uploading by file, which you just saved for Module 5, Lesson 1 problem set. If you have any questions, you can comment below. And I hope this helps.